As summer approaches, we come into yet another season of gift giving, and this one is specifically around graduation, confirmation, and weddings. Now, what to get that special person? Graduate, groomsman, bridesmaid, and so on and so forth. Well, that's what I'm here to help you with today. And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is graduation and wedding gifts. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on all of our social medias. First and foremost, thank you obviously to everyone who's continued to buy those limited editions. They have been selling really well, and last week's purple went incredibly well. In fact, it went so well that I'm hoping to have it return as something else, obviously. But it's going to be one that I'm really going to try to bring back in if we can find a good supply for it. So it's a good limited edition color. It won't be back, obviously, as a permanent collection edition because it's purple, but it's going to be a fun one to come back. So for those of you who missed out, obviously, we appreciate you trying, and we'll be happy to do it again at some point with something else. Now, this season of graduation, confirmation, and weddings always seems to sneak up on me specifically, but obviously I think it sneaks up on the rest of us as well, because you get to the point where all of a sudden the wedding invitations start coming in, the graduation gifts invitations start coming in, and some of them show up either really far in advance or really close to the event, and you kind of find yourself either forgetting about it or scrambling at the last minute to try to find a gift, and we're here to help. So, first thing is first, if we're going to talk about graduation, obviously there's a difference between graduating from high school and graduating from college. If you're graduating from high school, the gifts can be focused more on, for most high school graduates are going to college, so it can be focused on what might they use in their college experience and their college environment versus what they might use in their job. Now, there's definitely some crossover because realistically, a lot of our products have a broad appeal or a broad use case, but to be specific, one of my favorite ones for people who are graduating from high school and going into college is actually our leather sleeves. Now, these are not necessarily one that is our better known products, but they are great as an all-around catch-all product. And I mean that literally, because you can fit most computers, and this is a 16-inch version and fits my 16-inch MacBook Pro, but you can also fit other things like folders in it. You can fit papers in it, projects, presentations. Like it's a good catch-all for everything in that regard. Now, the 16-inch is a great choice. The 14-inch actually comes as part of an administrative bundle, which is we call our admin bundle, and it's a great fit because it also comes with folders, and that one's actually at a pretty good discount too. So it comes with folders with tabs. Now, the reason why that matters is this. If you want to get your graduates something to help keep themselves organized, this is a great option because they can get different subjects and they can buy the replacement labels from us for pretty cheap. And even if they don't, they could just have top, middle, bottom, and they can know what they mean. But you can get these file folders, and they're great for education because they're great to keep organized. Your notes versus papers that you need to keep track of and whatnot, and they all fit nicely in that 14-inch sleeve. So if you're looking for something that's a great combination gift, that particular version of the administrative bundle is a great combo to go with, and I like it and I recommend it. One thing to remember and to note about all these things, this is our folder, is that you can get logos on them and you can get names on them. What you can't get is logos of universities that are copyright protected because they're very copyright protected and they do pursue those people pretty aggressively. So unfortunately, we cannot do a specific university logo. It's a sad thing, and someday maybe we'll be able to get the permissions for them, but at the moment we're not in that place, and we don't. So unless you can get permission from the university in writing, preferably as an email, to use it, we can't do it. However, if you send an email to their admissions people, oftentimes they will create exceptions, and here's what the email should say. Dear sir or madam, we appreciate the wonderful opportunity that our child has to go to your university. We're really hoping to get him a special gift or her a special gift with the university logo on a folder from a company that makes leather products that are customized. The company requires that we get permission to use the logo for this one-time commercial use in light of the fact that it is a copyright protected image. If you're able to give us permission and or supply an image, it's not required. We can find it. If not, we would really appreciate that. We would love to give him this special gift. Thank you so much. Sincerely, yourself. So that's a good little template to use. And obviously, they may or may not work. I mean, they're the university. They get to pick. But a lot of times I found that the universities, especially the admissions department, and there's a reason I picked admissions explicitly, because they're really wanting to make sure that you come and you have a good time. So if you're looking for something with a university logo on it, like I said, we need permission. We absolutely have to have permission. However, it can be a one-off thing and you can ask for it, and a lot of times they'll grant it. You can also, as you see in this folder here, get their name engraved on the bottom of it. The reason why I recommend this, and I always recommend this, is it sometimes, often, helps prevent loss or theft. Because something that has somebody's name engraved on it is a little bit less tempting to someone who's looking to either resell it or use it for themselves. So if you're going to get something that's a nice thing like this, putting their name on it is always a good thing to help prevent from sticky fingers from coming to the product. And they're really nice products. So the file folder is a great choice for those if you want those tabs, but the folder is a great all-around choice. And frankly, the folder is a great all-around choice whether you're going into college, whether you're coming out of college, whether you're doing anything. The folder has such a broad capacity to be able to write flat, to be able to use with notes, to be able to use with printed materials. It's just a really good choice. And that's one of the reasons why my signature collection includes a leather folder that comes with the engineering computational paper, because I use it for that explicit purpose of a notebook. Now, we always have had our accessories. They have always been something we have loved to make. They have not been very commonly purchased, except around graduation season. They are a very common graduation gift, specifically the valet tray, which is what's holding all of these other wonderful accessories at the moment. So the valet tray is great in that the valet tray can be customized with two colors options. This one's got Americano in both, but it can be, you can have mix and match colors, which is nice. It can obviously be engraved like everything, and like I just said, it can be engraved with the logo of a university if you can get permission in the same way. However, this I don't believe is in the customizer. So unlike our other options where you can just upload an image, you can click on the blue Add Custom Logo Engraving button on the product page, and that opens up our customizer where you can upload images and things like that. Unlike that particular thing, you'll have to send us an email and say, hey, I'd like to get this customized with this logo, and you can supply the logo, and normally we can get that made for you very quickly, and we can get that sent back to you so you can purchase with a purchase link. The valet tray is excellent. I love it. I use it. Frankly, it's a great place to put your keys. It's a great home for those random things, right? Nightstand stuff is always, you know, the kind of thing where if it rolls off and you lose it, you're usually unhappy about it because you need it. So keys, wallet, phone, all of the usuals this is a great fit, and it's not that expensive. In fact, most of our accessories are pretty well priced. I would not describe the can koozie perhaps as the best gift. Some might like it. However, it's a great groomsman gift. So transitioning just ever so slightly, if you're looking for groomsman gifts or bridesmaid gifts, I don't know what you're into, the accessories collection is a great little option. Good quality leather. Obviously, you can engrave it with a special note or a special message to them, and you can do one individual. So you can make a special custom engraved note to each of your groomsmen or bridesmaids and have those in there. So the engraving options on the accessories for text is always available. For logos and stuff like that, it's upon request, and we can help you with that. But we love doing these for weddings. We do a lot of them for weddings. So obviously we have things like the bifold wallet. We have the minimalist wallet. There's the keychain. There's bag tags there, which the bag tags are fun. They're nice. Coaster sets, koozies, things like that. There's also sunglass cases and things like that. I don't have a representative sample here, but they're a great option. So check out the accessories collection. They're not our biggest sellers, partially because I don't think people realize we have them. Now, that's my fault because I don't do good enough marketing on them, but they're great options for those kinds of things. And they're not that expensive, so they're reasonably priced. Also, if you're going to be getting them for groomsmen gifts or bridesmaid gifts, and you're getting a bunch of them, or frankly for graduation, if you want to get a bunch of things for all of your graduation people at the same time, you can definitely do that, and you get a bulk discount associated with it. So it starts at 5 items, and then it goes up from there. So the more you add, the more you save, and it's a classic example of built-in automatic discounts. So check that out. We obviously are happy to help if you have questions about that program. But so those are kind of the major things for graduation. Obviously, and I go back to this as a staple. The Classic Journal is always a good choice. The Classic Cut Journal is one of my favorite products. It's been one of the staple products of this company. It's been one of our best sellers since we launched it, and it is for a reason. Everybody needs a journal. Life is long and complicated with many twists and turns, and having this is a great little roadmap to see where you came from. And it's one of those things where people don't realize the value of journaling until they start trying it. And sometimes what it takes to them to start trying it is a journal that's a really nice journal because they feel guilty for not using it. I actually use that as a little bit of a psychological trick for people. If you want to get into journaling, buy an expensive journal because then you feel guilty for not journaling, and you should do it because a little bit of guilt gets you going. So I definitely think that That obviously is a great option. And that's a good option across the board. A little bit more expensive, but they're a really great option. And then finally, and this is the one, I'm pulling it out of my pocket right now because I actually keep it in my pocket, our Pocket Cut. It's so nice to have a piece of paper when you need a piece of paper, if you need a piece of paper for a little note. The Pocket Cut is a great option. It really is very, very convenient. And it's something that I use all the time. In fact, I would say that the Pocket Cut is probably one of the products I use the most. Now, I have one up here somewhere, stationary cut. I'm going to mention that just because it's a great choice all around. Definitely for graduation, I think a stationary cut's great because you can use it for journals, you can use it for notes. It's easy to swap in and out pages. So if you want to add your own custom printed out notebook paper or things like that, the stationary cut is a great option. I do strongly recommend the stationary cut for this purpose. I always recommend the stationary cut, though, because it's a great product. So those are kind of all of the major options for graduation that I would recommend. Obviously, we have an enormous selection, and there are other great options, the travel cut, and so on and so forth. So go check out the whole website for graduation gifts if you're looking. For groomsmen gifts and for bridesmaid gifts, obviously, you can do anything, but the accessories collection makes a great fit. Finally, one last note while I'm on the graduation and bridesmaids and wedding things. For weddings, we're going to do a whole special, I'll do a whole special thing about weddings explicitly and options for those. But if you're looking for weddings, if you are the couple getting married, you've got vow books in the forms of your Pocket Cuts, right? You've got guest books in the form of like the ledger cut, or you could do the wide cut for then you could switch it into a photo album. It's a great option. You've got obviously the different gifts that you can give your special people in your life, the family members that may have been important to that. So there's options in those regards that are a great fit. But if you're somebody giving a gift to a couple, right, to a wedding, obviously you check their registry, and if they got something on their registry, that's something they want. But beyond that, if you want to give them something else, we have a lot of wonderful options for journals that I think really help young couples. If you can have a journal and you can start journaling as a young couple, the memories are so precious and they fade so quickly sometimes. The details matter. And so when you're starting off getting married, a journal, and it can come in a variety of forms. It comes in, you can write letters to each other in the journal. You can just keep track of vacations. You can keep track of big moments in life that you think are going to be important later. All of those little things, you forget how fast you forget them. You don't realize how many of those important moments just kind of slip away without writing them down. And 10 years into your marriage, you look back and you go, man, I wish I would have had a better record of that sometimes, right? I wish I would have remembered what that was, because you don't think you're ever going to forget, but life is fast and it's complicated and there's a lot going on. So sometimes you do. So I definitely think that's a great gift for a couple, and it's always a good choice. And we obviously have our Bible cut. So if you're looking to give them a Bible, that's a great fit too. So those are all kind of the major graduation recommendations for graduation and wedding gifts. I would love to hear from you guys, though. If you guys have some idea that you think I missed, or you think is a good gift, or gifts you've given in the past, or maybe you gave your groomsmen something that they really liked, mention it in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you guys. It's funny because there's a bit of an echo chamber here where if I don't hear from you guys, I don't know what you actually like. I can just go based off of what people purchase and what they tell me. So definitely mention in the comments if I missed anything that you think is a really winner, a diamond in the rough that should be mentioned. I really appreciate that. Also, for those of you who are looking to get more information or more help choosing, we are happy to help. Reach out to us via our website on the main page via the contact form. You can send us an email directly at sales, sales@murdycreative.co, sales.murdycreative.co, and we'd be happy to write you back, get you information about what our options are. Tell us a little bit more about what you're going through, what you're working on, what you've got for this project, and we can recommend something a little bit more specific for you. If you want to reach out to us, our customer service hours during the summer, well, specifically during May, but are from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time. I got a whole update on our last week's podcast, but the short version of the story is it's going well. We got one little modification that we're making to it, but moral of the story is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is our normal business hours for customer service help during the month of May. That may extend further, but we'll just plan on that. That's Central Time, by the way. Give us a phone call, 414-434-9001. You can also text us at that number as well, 414-434-9001. We're happy to help you. We really want to help you. Almost all of our text messages and emails get answered within 12 to 24 hours. So if you email us at 2 p.m. On a Friday, it might take a little bit longer because we don't work over the weekends. But if you email us during the week in the afternoon, we will almost always get back to it first thing the next morning. If you've got something that's an emergency, give us a phone call. We want to help, right? We are here to help. So definitely reach out to us if you got questions. If you want to leave us a good review, go to murdycreative.co/reviews. No, go to murdycreative.co/review. without the S. Review takes you to where we want the reviews to be left. Right now it's going to Google. You can leave your review there. We really appreciate that. It helps us with our SEO. They used to go to Facebook. We have a bunch of reviews there if you want to read them. MurdyCreative.co/reviews with an S will take you to our website where there is a specific page that aggregates all of those reviews. So if you want to read them, if for whatever reason you leave us a bad review, please, it's deeply important to me that everyone loves what they get and loves the company and loves their experience. If you had anything less than a wonderful experience, reach out to us. We want to make it right. We offer free domestic returns, so we will send you a label and you can return it. We'll refund you. We want you to be happy. So if there's any reason that you're unhappy, reach out to us. We want to make it right. We really do. So please do that and give us that courtesy before you leave us a better review. It is deeply important to me that we can take care of our people. If for whatever reason you want to get that custom engraved item, don't forget to use the custom add custom logo button. It's a blue button on most of the product pages. If you don't see the blue add custom logo button below the add to cart button, it's just not in our customizer yet. That doesn't mean that we can't customize it. So send us that image, send us that request via email. We'll be happy to create a custom mock-up for you, as well as an order link that you can use to purchase. But if the blue button is there, you can launch the customizer, you can add logos, add engravings, mix and match to your heart's desire, hit add to cart. Usually it's about $15 to $25, depending on how large the engraving is. It's a simple flat fee. There's no minimum order quantity, so you can just get one if you want to just get one item customized, and we definitely want to help you with that because we want to make our products special for you. If for whatever reason you're looking to get those bulk discount items and for whatever reason the bulk discount doesn't seem to apply, please reach out to us. We do want to help. There are rare moments, not very often anymore, but rare moments where something happens and it's a glitch and it doesn't go. There are a few items that are exceptions to the bulk discount quantity. So like inserts, pens, a lot of those things that are not really products of ours. Like, for example, the add custom engraving item is a separate line item, but that doesn't count because it's still one product. So it's 5 items that are like real products of ours would be the ones that would contribute to the bulk discount. But it starts at only 5. So you can get custom items. And if you want to know more about that bulk discount program, reach out to us and we're happy to help. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day and goodbye.